right, good morning. Good morning. My phone has 9 a.m., so I'm going to take it that be the official time this morning. It's March 28, 2017. Chair will call to order the meeting of the Public Records Commission. Chair does detect a quorum. We have several new faces joining us this morning. I'm going to start by introducing myself. I'm Trey Hargett, Tennessee Secretary of State. And Ms. Harmon, I'm going to ask you to begin. We'll go left to right.
I'm Rachel Harmon. I'm General Counsel for the Administrative Office of the Courts, and I'm here as the Chief Justice's designee.
My name is Trent Andrews, and I'm here from the Comptroller's Office.
I am Ann Toplovich. I'm Executive Director of the Tennessee Historical Society.
Good morning. I'm Rick DeBray. I'm the designee of the Treasurer. I'm Deputy Treasurer.
Good morning. I'm Eddie Weeks, Legislative Librarian to the General Assembly, the designee of the Directors of the Office of Legal Services.
Good morning. I'm Bob Oglesby, Commissioner of General Services and Secretary of this Commission.
Good morning, Janet Kleinfelter. I'm the Deputy Attorney General of the Public Interest Division of the Attorney General's Office, and I am General Slattery's designee.
All right, thank you very much. First item of business, approval of minutes from the November 3rd, 2016 meeting. Any edits, any suggestions, amendments? They do appear to me to be in order. I'll move to approve. Properly moved, properly seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, when I take a vote, all those in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. Minutes are approved. All right, Mr. Callahan, we have a consent agenda. And if we can, since we have a few new people with us, if you could just kind of tell us the process by which items wind up on the consent agenda or don't wind up on the consent agenda.
Certainly. Good morning. The process of submitting an RDA is that it is then reviewed by Tennessee State Library and Archives, the Records Management Division, and the Comptroller's Audit Division. Upon the review, any comments are made. If there's any suggested changes, the agency then has a chance to either concur or put their own view on why they don't want to change something or follow a recommendation. If they agree with the recommended changes, or if there are no changes, it goes to the consent agenda. And then if they disagree with any recommendations, then it comes to the regular agenda for discussion.
So there is a lot of work that goes into getting these items prepared and to go on the consent agenda.
Yes.
And sometimes things don't wind up on the consent agenda and are moved maybe to the next meeting for further conversations between staff and the agencies, correct?
Yes, and that will always be either at the agency's request or if a member of the PRC asks as such, because the Records Management Division does not have authority to deny. So it's always a decision of either the agency to pull it back or if a member of the Public Records Commission asks them to, can you have further discussions?
All right. How many items do we have on today's consent agenda?
We have 112.
All right. Any questions about the consent agenda or general questions regarding the process? All right. Hearing none, I'll move we approve the consent agenda. All right. Properly moved, properly seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, when I take a vote, all those in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. Consent agenda items are approved. All right. Next item, RDAs for discussion.
No.
No. Okay. You'll give us an update on records management?
Yes, sir. So as I just mentioned, every week we meet to discuss and go over the RDAs and review them and provide the agency's feedback on any that are submitted. Since 2013, the Public Records Commission has created, revised, or retired 1,430 RDAs, and this is approximately out of the 1,800 or so that were in existing or in process. At last meeting, the Commission requested that the Records Management Division create an electronic record survey and send it out to the agencies. We did so. We sent it out on March 7th and asked for it to be returned by the end of May. So these are, the survey has sections on just some general understanding of electronic records, the digital conversion plans, what there are some questions on digital storage, and then also on various workplace solutions that they may have for their physical space and any plans on adjusting that so that we can best meet their needs and then also provide feedback to the Commission So once we get that back by the end of May, we will then put together a summary for the commission and send it over to you. And that way you'll have some data to look at, and we can discuss further as you need. Records Management Division continues to meet with state agencies and work on the RDAs. And we are also conducting all of our classes again this year for the records officers and trainings for the agencies as they request it and as they need it. And part of that's coming out of, I'm going to mention in a moment, the assessments that we're doing and getting a better idea of what questions different agencies have or their staff so that we can better respond to it. So, but the trainings are on everything from some basic, what is a records disposition authorization and the requirements of the law for public records, retention, disposition, safe methods of destroying, all the way up to how to handle litigation hold, some of the questions that arise from electronic records and such. So we're continuing to try to go through this and then advance the knowledge base of all of our records officers and records coordinators within the various state agencies. And as I mentioned, the division is conducting agency assessments. Right now we're focusing on the central Nashville region, and we're compiling lists of the other regional offices so that we can go out and begin conducting those. This is going to be a long-term project. It's going to take us several years to visit the various sites, especially areas such as Memphis, Knoxville, and some of the various regional offices in between. So we're trying to coordinate this with all of the agencies so that we may get them an accurate measurement of their physical paper records. And when we do this, we're also trying to raise their awareness of how they're storing their electronic records and answer any questions that come up, especially on conversion processes. So hopefully we'll be able to have that done within the next few years, and we'll be able to continue to give you a better picture. And this will also answer some questions on the records holding reports as we are able to go out and see exactly what folks have. And then the last item is that to give you an update on the destruction of records last year. We ended up with 22,750 cubic feet of records destroyed by the agencies in agency. So this is their daily or monthly destruction that they're doing, and they're sending us the certificates of records destruction. In addition, there was just under 10,000 cubic feet destroyed at the State Record Center, which is items pulled from there. And this is an increase equivalent to the last 3 years of destruction, which, as we've discussed at previous meetings, reflects some of the changes. A lot of records went from a 3-year RDA retention, better meet audit standards and legal requirements. They've been raised to 5 years. So 2016 was when we began to see more of those coming off, as well as more items go over to the State Record Center. We'll continue to see an increase in what's being destroyed there. Are there any questions?
Any questions, Mr. Callahan? All right, thank you for the report. We have no old business. Does anybody from the public wish to address the Public Records Commission? All right, seeing none, I would entertain a motion to adjourn. Properly moved, properly seconded. The item is non-debatable. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed say no. We stand adjourned. Thank you.